If we think about it, all the greats we know of today had some level of mentorship. Mike Tyson had Costamato. Kobe Bryant looked up to Jordan. Steve Young had Joe Montana, and Aaron Rodgers had Brett Favre. They all had somebody to look up to as far as how to play the game. And even Diddy did also. He had Andre Harrell. But there was one problem. Hip-hop was gonna change like never before. It's not like the NFL or basketball, where some things change and a lot stays the same. Hip-hop in the music industry in the 80s till now is something completely different, and Diddy was ushering into a new era that no music producer had ever seen. The 90s was completely different than the 80s. It wasn't like Heavy D, X-Clan, Public Enemy, guys like that. Nope, the 90s brought in more cash, more opportunities, and even people started selling their streetwear. Look at Sean John. Then we saw FUBU. It was something that never happened before in the 80s, and guys started getting a lot of cash. And just imagine you're a young guy, 24, 25 years old, and nobody can tell you nothing. You got way more money than the guys you learned the game from within about a 5-year time span. That's what happened to Diddy. No mentorship. And with nobody to be able to tell him no, and accumulating a whole bunch of power that nobody ever expected would happen for hip hop, we see a lot of problems. Similar to the problems DJ Academics has right now, which nobody saw him blowing up at Hip Hop Reporting like he did. Again, no mentorship because there was nobody really in that lane before him. Fast forward! Now there's Diddy, the guy who has all the power in heaven and earth and hip hop almost in his hands. He's an unstoppable force. He does whatever he wants when he wants. He's a true gangster. You think because he's dancing and saying, take that, he's not about that life. But gunshots! Diddy is all about that life. He's a true gangster and thug, maybe just as much as Suge Knight. He just knows how to play it a little bit differently. But then there was Cassie, a lady who was a little bit different to the bad boy audience. This wasn't Lil' Kim, this wasn't Junior Mafia, this wasn't Shine, this wasn't any of those guys, this wasn't Craig Mack. This was a woman that had an appeal to an international audience. And guess what? She wasn't black. She was more Asian than anything and mixed up with some other races. So she had that appeal. And Diddy makes strike number one. Sleeping with people you have power over. You see, that's always happened in the music industry, and that happened during Diddy's time too. But Diddy was so powerful, he never thought it would come back to bite him. But it did. Erratic behavior, problem after problem, didn't stop Diddy from wanting to change his mind. Mistake after mistake after mistake went unchecked and unnoticed, possibly because nobody's there to tell Diddy what he's supposed to be doing. And 50 Cent gave us a hint of what was to come about 10 years ago.
No, the puff, like he called, we should kick it on telephone after the meeting.
Right.
And he'll be like, matter of fact, they sent me the girl pictures, like pictures of this girl, like not the y'all saw. Worse, way worse.
Wow. Oh, you kidding me up?
Like penetration pictures and
Nah, come on, man. Come on, Phil.
all that. And I didn't even I called the nigga and said, yo, you fuck with girl, like you really you like her like that? And he was like, yeah, that's my girl. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna send you something. You look at it, you call me back. I sent him the photos, the pictures and everything. And then he called back and was like, yo, thanks, man. Yo, I really appreciate that. Yo, where you get these from? And I said, because they know, like, if something crazy is going on.
Now, this is Diddy forcibly making Cassie enter into booty clapping sounds, relationships with men while he watches. Now, of course, nobody wanted to believe that. But no problem, Diddy continues. Fast forward! Then there's Diddy's relationship with Diageo. Diageo is the largest alcohol manufacturer in the world. Certain brands you might know about: Johnny Walker, Don Julio, Guinness, Tanqueray, Gordon's, Gilby's Gin, to name a few. Oh yeah, for some of you old school people, Crown Royal. And my favorite, Bailey's. Stop the show. Women love Bailey's, and if you buy them some, you might get to booty clapping sounds. But Diddy got a partnership with Ciroc, But somehow it didn't really work out. Diddy filed a discrimination lawsuit against him, complained about the company, trashed their public name, still while being a business partner. Fast forward! That's just some of the stuff that Diddy was going through. But here's where it gets interesting. Diddy had been going back and forth with Cassie and her husband over the years. Cassie's husband was saying Diddy was gay, and they wanted to settle with Diddy out of court. Diddy refused. Diddy refused to settle out of court for many years, refused to give them money, until one day, Diddy settled out of court. Why did Diddy settle out of court so fast? Well, this might be a reason. You've all seen the tape. We can't play the tape on YouTube because in 2016, that is Diddy beating the crap out of Cassie. That's him on the camera. My question is this: why didn't you settle sooner? Now, let me just say this, stop the show. In no way am I advocating for violence against anybody, all right? Diddy is completely wrong. He's an asshole for what he did to that lady. I am with you. But why are you dragging it out? You know you have stuff like this out there on you. And you're going to war with people like academics on Instagram. You know, you're going to war with Diageo. You're going to war with all of these people when you have so much to lose. You have brands dealing with you. You have Revolt TV. You have all of this. And then this information is out there and you know people have it. Who else knows what's out there about you? And then you don't settle until now? Bro, you were going around for 8 years acting like you were a big dog and this is actually out there. Bro, you should have settled a long time ago after you made this mistake. Should have settled right away. If it was me, I would have paid for the wedding, kids going to school, all kind of sorries, everything if I had made that mistake that day. But you didn't. And in fact, you kept on going. Now here's another ex-girlfriend of Diddy saying that she did this to him.
Caught me texting another man. We was in Miami. It got really crazy that time. We was upstairs and he had like, we were in his closet and he like pushed me and I fell to the ground and then he like stood over me. So I was like laying on my back and he stood over me and he started like punching me like this. Like he avoided my face, but he like started punching me like on the side of my head and I was just like covering my face. And then after he got done doing that, he like stomped on my stomach like really hard and I like took the wind out of my breath. I couldn't breathe and he kept hitting me and I was like pleading to him like, can you stop? I can't breathe. And he like stopped for a little bit. He like grabbed my hair from the back and like was like punching the back of my head. Cause he was just avoiding my face when he was like hitting me.
Now the blogger Perez Hilton asked the hotel to do this once he assaulted Cassie.
If you've seen that horrific video, surveillance footage of Diddy punching, kicking, throwing things at Cassie and attacking her repeatedly, and you are asking yourself after watching that hotel surveillance footage from 2016, why had it not come out until now? According to Cassie, the victim in that footage, in the lawsuit that she filed last year against Diddy, she claims that Diddy paid the hotel to get that footage, gave them $50,000, and problem solved. He was in possession of that footage. What I believe happened is in the recent raid of Diddy's multiple properties, the government came into possession of that, and the government, somebody there leaked it because Team Diddy had that until now, paid $50,000 for it, and everybody at that hotel in Los Angeles responsible for this should be held criminally responsible, because if they saw an act of violence, a crime being committed, they had an obligation to report that, and they didn't. Shame on them. Shame on them.
All right, you see, that's probably what happened. The feds, when they raided Diddy's stuff, they found the tape and leaked it to the media. He bought the tape, got everything from the tape, but he had the tape, and once they got the tape, they leaked it to the media. Damn, Diddy, you thought that wasn't nobody gonna find out. And they did. Here's something I wanna say in closing, guys. You gotta make sure when you're rich and you have something to lose, you better act like you got something to lose all the time, because what you do in the dark comes out in the light. So guys, it's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all you do. Sir the bell. We're out.